Okay guys, here I am at the range. I'm set up at 200 yards. I got two flags out, one at about 65 yards, another one at about 120 yards. I've already put 3 sighters down there and moved my scope a little bit, got it where I want it. At least it's on target. It's a little low still on the left, but I've got a wind coming from my right, so that's kind of expected. Plus I think the pressures may go up as these bullets get closer to the lands, so they may rise a little bit on the target, so I'm comfortable with it being low and left right now. I'm going to continue on shooting the next group. I'm cooling the barrel right now. I've got a little barrel cooler that just got a couple batteries, sucks in some air and blows some cool air down there. And well, it's already back to where I wanted it, so I can take that out. Let it sit a minute, kind of get all situated. Let me just zoom down here to show you 200 yards. We are shooting. There's my flags, and there's my target way down there. Anyway, I'll keep you up to date here in a minute. Okay, back from downrange, brought the target back. So, there's what my load's always been. That's what I've been killing tons of prairie dogs with. At 200 yards, I just put 5 shots in a pretty small group. The main thing I'm really looking for here is my vertical. It's not rising or lowering much at all, and what little it is moving is probably the wind. I was trying to shoot the same wind, but it was fairly consistently coming out of the same direction, but it was not very consistent in how fast it was going. Sometimes it was 1, 2, 3 miles an hour. Sometimes it was 7, 8, 9 miles an hour. Just back and forth, back and forth. So some of these right here, that's probably hardly any wind. That was probably a bunch of wind. And this was somewhere in between where it tended to be more often. Anyway, that's what I've always been shooting, and the object here today was to find out if at different OGOD depths I could shoot it better. Well, the next jump up 25 thousandths shot about the same. Maybe not quite as good, but again, that wind deflection is hard to tell, but definitely got mostly the same vertical climb here. Now if I move all the way up to 1.940, it starts to spread out. It did not like being just right up against the lands for whatever reason. It really spread it out. Now when I jam it into the lands, it seems like it did good, but I did have one flyer, so I'm just going to play it safe, and I'm going to load what I've always loaded, which is like 30 thousandths off the lands, then go from there. Now the other thing I did was I shot this target with one of my Fowlers at 200 yards, and then I shot another target, the exact same target on the same target type here, at 100 yards. So then I put the two together and drew a line to where I knew where it was. So now from the 100 to 200 we can see what my drop was, and that looks like about, I don't know, 2 or 3 inches. 1, 2.5 inches probably. So I'm going to go in and play with my calculator, my ballistics calculator, and figure out if the BC on my bullet that I think it is, that it's claimed to be, is correct for what I'm doing. Maybe I might have to adjust it up or down a little bit. Now, based on the BC that I've been using, I created a sticker for my turret, And now when I created this sticker for the turret, I created it for summertime conditions in eastern Colorado, since that's where I tend to go do prairie dog hunting. Now as you can see, I'm shooting at 200 yards and it was shooting an inch low, so if I brought it up 2 clicks, I would be right on the 200 mark. So I think when I go to shoot, I'm just going to dial right to the 5, and I'm going to be really, really close to what I need this to be. So I learned a little bit today. I learned to just stick with what I got and go from there. And I'll probably next video will be maybe at the match, or maybe I'll video a little loading up all these rounds for the match. Anyway, later.